Spiritual hypnosis is about exploring and enhancing spiritual experiences, accessing the spiritual dimensions of oneself, understanding my higher self, my higher power, yours. It's about connecting to your inner wisdom, exploring the spiritual aspects of your life journey. It's facilitation of spiritual growth and transformation, thereby deepening the connection to your spiritual beliefs, values, and purpose. That's what spiritual hypnosis is. It can encompass many, many goals. I want to start off by sharing something deeply personal with you. 6 years ago, my father passed away, and I felt tremendous guilt because I hadn't been able to spend the time I wanted with him before he passed away. 2 weeks ago, my mother passed away. Fortunately, I was able to be with her for 6 months, at her side with my sister, helping her in home hospice, taking care of her every need, giving her comfort, and she passed very peacefully, exactly the way she wanted to. Why am I telling you this? Because today, my grief exploded. I'm okay now, but that's because I spent hours racked with tears. Finally, 2 weeks later, allowing my grief to surface. I was busy. I was busy taking care of things that needed to be done, pushing through day by day, compartmentalizing my feelings. And then she was gone. And now I'm spending some quiet time with my sister to process all of this. And today, it overwhelmed me because I hadn't allowed myself to feel my grief. Why am I telling you this? Because it inspired me to do this video today to help you to understand the difference between hypnosis for behavioral change, for positive change, shifting of beliefs and mindset, for eliminating behaviors that don't serve you anymore, moving on toward goals, breaking negative patterns of behavior and transforming self-limiting beliefs. But what is spiritual hypnosis? The reason I'm doing this video is as a training video for people in my hypnosis certification class. But I'm going to make this public because it's for all of you out there, so that you can understand the importance of spiritual hypnosis and what it can do to transform your life. I would have crossed the threshold to feeling my own grief and allowing that at some point. And I could have done it alone. But I understand the power of hypnosis to help with grief. I've done it for many other people. Over the years, many years, about 17 years of practicing hypnosis, the vast majority of clients who wanted spiritual hypnosis asked me for one of 3 things, 4 things, or all of them. The first thing was to process grief. And the second thing that they ask for is to let go of anger and resentment, which blocks all spiritual growth. Forgiveness is spiritual hypnosis. Forgiveness of self, forgiveness of others, and connection to higher self, alignment with your authentic self, and connection to higher self and to source, your higher power. The age-old questions: who am I? Why am I here? Those are things that people seek in hypnosis all of the time, and they are primary. examples of spiritual hypnosis. So what is the difference between spiritual hypnosis and hypnosis for behavioral change, to break negative patterns of behavior, transforming self-limiting beliefs? Spiritual hypnosis is about exploring and enhancing spiritual experiences, accessing the spiritual dimensions of oneself, understanding my higher self, my higher power, yours. It's about connecting to your inner wisdom, exploring the spiritual aspects of your life journey. It's facilitation of spiritual growth and transformation, thereby deepening the connection to your spiritual beliefs, values, and purpose. That's what spiritual hypnosis is. It can encompass many, many goals. But it is a journey, a spiritual journey. Sometimes people are so out of touch with who they are and what they need that it's a journey, a process of self-discovery. And it may be slow. Sometimes it's rapid. If I had gone to someone else for hypnosis to process my grief, if that person was properly trained, intuitive, knowledgeable, I would have been led through a process of managing my grief while allowing myself to embrace the totality of the life of that person, in spite of the pain, and to remember who they are and all of the memories without focusing on those last horrible moments. If someone were doing hypnosis for me to process grief within that time, that person would facilitate a meeting with both my mother and father, a healing meeting where I would be able to say what I never said, say goodbye properly if that hadn't happened. So spiritual hypnosis is extremely important. It's extremely important to you if you need it and want it for yourself. It's extremely important to people certified in hypnosis and trained to learn the difference and how to help their clients reach this transformation. Basic hypnotic skills. When I train people and certify them in hypnosis, they learn how to modify, enhance, eliminate specific behaviors, habits, patterns that hinder their personal growth. They're able to achieve tangible and practical goals, facilitate positive changes in their beliefs, thoughts, and emotions that result in positive behaviors going forward. And that helps bring the client into balance, harmony, in alignment with their authentic self. The techniques and objectives in behavioral hypnosis and spiritual hypnosis will overlap. But someone who wants to do spiritual hypnosis must understand that training in hypnotherapy is the essential first step to begin spiritual hypnosis. But it's highly recommended, at least I highly recommend, that you further your studies, deepen your training, continue lifelong learning, learn more about spiritual teachings, different religions and belief systems, learn more about metaphysics, energy healing, and transpersonal psychology. So what are the things specifically that we do in spiritual hypnosis other than processing grief, other than forgiveness, or releasing anger, resentment, or connection to higher self? Well, the first place that many people need to start is actual training and help teaching meditation skills within a hypnotic trance, helping a person to learn how to find grounding, mindfulness, how to meditate, and be self-reflective. People often ask me, what is the difference between hypnosis and meditation? And there is no difference in the brainwave state. Where you go from your alert brainwaves, from beta brainwaves to alpha to theta, that happens in hypnosis. It is the same process that happens in meditation. What's different is what do you do? People learn with hypnosis and hypnotic techniques how to ground themselves, how to find balance and harmony, how to know when they're out of balance and harmony so they can bring themselves back. And you can train them and work with them in hypnotic sessions to help them develop mindfulness, to learn how to meditate, and they have those recordings to enhance their skill level. I already mentioned connection to higher self. Inside of us exists a special consciousness that's generally called your higher self. Although it feels familiar and normal, it actually gives us clear answers to questions. This is the part of you that knows the questions that you're asking yourself. It knows the answers. It knows you better than you know yourself. Your higher self gives you clarity, advice, sound wisdom on any topic, on any question. All you have to do is listen. Learn how to listen and learn how your higher self speaks to you, connects to you. Because I can guarantee, if you never thought about this before, that your higher self is breaking through in your daily life, giving you little nudges to pay attention, and probably you don't. We let things go as coincidence, something that just happened, something that doesn't matter. Sometimes maybe an urge not to get on a plane, and then it crashes. Your higher self is speaking to you. And so hypnosis, spiritual hypnosis, helps you learn how to connect with your higher self, how to ask the question most on your mind. And it helps you to learn how to recognize that voice and pay attention to it. Spiritual hypnosis can help you to find God, to connect with your higher power, however you understand God to be in your belief system. And I have had people that want to connect to something higher than themselves. They have a sense that it exists, not quite sure what it is, how to think about it. And with spiritual hypnosis, it becomes clear to them. I don't tell them what to experience. I don't tell them what to believe. I create a place, a spiritual transcendence within hypnosis that helps them to connect and discover their higher power. So that is more than a concept that cannot be explained. We may say that God is truth, source, the source of love, absolute reality, or the one creator of the universe, but those are abstract ideas. Abstract ideas that cannot satisfy your search for God. As soon as we give form to God, we create a picture of God, an image, we lose the unlimited potential that God is. God is no thing. God, source, is no thing. Formless, unlimited. And within spiritual hypnosis, you can sit with this timeless, formless, always present source in the now. It can only be experienced, and we can't find God outside of ourselves. God isn't found in our minds, but through our heart. Our limited perception, even then, cannot explain the essence of the unlimited potential of love in which all is. So it's necessary to go beyond the thinking mind through trust and faith, continually developing, growing in understanding. And in hypnosis, I can help you to go to that place where you leave all of this behind, to go to that place where you are no thing, where you are no body, where you are nowhere, where God is invited in. Our unfolding or blossoming is a process of grace. It is a gift. It doesn't come from action. It doesn't come from doing. It comes from sitting and listening. Finding God is a personal experience that every human being, whether they realize it or not, is seeking. One of the saints said we have a God-shaped hole inside of us, and nothing can fill that hole but God. However you understand God to be, God, source, universal power, the unconditional love of the universe, however you understand this to be, is waiting for you to be still and invite true connection. It's a process of surrender. Imagine that your individual self is a drop of water, while the superconscious, God, is the ocean. When you surrender to it, when you merge with it, you have access to all of the attributes, to all of the power, the wisdom, and the love of the ocean that is God. When you feel the surge of this power and love running through your body, you may even feel overwhelmed with love, with gratitude. You may find yourself crying. You may find hope. And you become a conduit of this unconditional love. So spiritual hypnosis is engaging your superconscious mind. There is only one mind, but for the sake of convenience and understanding, we divide it according to its functions into three minds: the conscious, the subconscious, and the superconscious. Every individual truly does have access to the infinite resources from the superconscious mind. One of the things you learn in spiritual hypnosis is how to manifest the law of attraction, how to manifest what it is that you want in your life. Spiritual hypnosis can help you to enhance your creativity, your intuition, and your psychic ability. Abilities that we all have that need to be nurtured, brought out to blossom, to grow. The ultimate goal of meditation is called enlightenment, which is really self-realization. It is true connection to who you truly are. Spiritual hypnosis, whatever the goal is, whatever the client asks for, whatever you want, is simply becoming in alignment with your authentic self and with your source of power, within and without. So, I invite all of you to go through a process of self-discovery with spiritual hypnosis. We are all in the process of becoming who we already are. That's a fact. I am, you are. Today, I grew. I took a step closer to understanding mortality, infinite love, to feeling and knowing that the people I love are always with me. Today is the time to consider, what is it that you need spiritually that you can access and learn so much more quickly through a state of hypnosis? Are you processing grief like me? Are you seething with anger and resentment that poisons your very soul? Do you need to forgive someone? Do you need to forgive others? Do you need to forgive yourself? Because forgiveness doesn't mean what anyone has done is okay. If it's so hard for you to forgive, probably what happened seems unforgivable, and it is something that will never be okay. It'll never be all right, whatever that thing was that they did. But forgiveness is letting them go, to no longer have a hold over you. Because the anger, the resentment, even hatred holds you down. It oppresses you. And until you forgive and say, I send you with love, go, be who you are. I hope you find the help that you need to be a better individual, but you aren't affecting me anymore. I'm letting you go with love, letting this go. That's forgiveness. And it's necessary to forgive yourself for having held on to this anger for so long that blocks your spiritual growth, stunts it, holds you back in life from everything you want to be or do. And if there's something you've done that you've been beating yourself up about, it's time to forgive yourself. Spiritual hypnosis will help you to let go, to forgive, to grieve, to connect to your higher self, to come into alignment with your authentic self, in harmony and balance. Spiritual hypnosis will help you to discover your true purpose in life, the reason why you're here. There is no limit to what can happen in spiritual hypnosis. And so to my students, you already have the training to do spiritual hypnosis. The techniques, as I said, techniques and training overlap. It is a matter of you intuitively tuning in to your client to find out what it is that they truly need. Not what you think they need, but what they are feeling and need, where they need growth. And to walk them through that process using the techniques you already know to hold their hand on that journey. And if I'm not speaking to one of my students, but to somebody out there watching this video that wants to understand what spiritual hypnosis is, then I want you to know right now that everything that I just explained, all of the things that happen in spiritual hypnosis, are all steps of spiritual growth that are extremely difficult to do on your own. Because no permanent change happens without accessing your subconscious mind. We are always getting your conscious mind on the same page as your subconscious mind. I should say that the other way around. Your subconscious has a different idea, a distorted idea of what you truly need or want in your life because of what you've been telling it. You've been telling it, I'm not enough, I'm no good, I can't do this. Whatever negative story you've been telling yourself, your subconscious believes that, acts on that. Your subconscious needs to know what you know here in your conscious mind, that you're ready to grow, to move past this, that you can, that you are enough, and getting your conscious and your subconscious on the same page, going in the same direction. Spiritual hypnosis will get you where you want to go so quickly, so easily. And so I leave you with this. Remember, hypnosis is the most effective way to unleash your inner brilliance and love your life again.